Welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into androgenetic alopecia, AGA.
Yeah, the most common kind of hair loss.
Affects so many people globally. Our mission today is really to unpack the science, understand what's going on, and maybe look at what's next, what the future holds for you.
And it's important, I think, right off the bat to say this isn't just cosmetic.
No, definitely not.
For a lot of people, it carries a real psychosocial burden. Can lead to anxiety, self-esteem issues.
And depression, right. There's a documented link.
Yes, a direct causal link in some cases.
Yeah.
It's a significant quality of life issue.
Okay, so let's get into the science. What is AGA at its core?
Fundamentally, it's genetic predisposition meeting hormones.
Hormones, okay. Which ones?
The main player is an androgen called dihydrotestosterone, DHT.
DHT, right.
And what DHT does in susceptible follicles is trigger something called follicular miniaturization.
Miniaturization sounds like shrinking.
Exactly. It's a gradual process.
Right.
Your thick, pigmented terminal hairs, they slowly become finer, shorter, almost like peach fuzz, those vellus hairs.
How does that happen, though?
The growth phase of the hair cycle, the anagen phase, it just gets shorter and shorter over time.
Okay.
But what's crucial to understand, especially in the earlier stages, is that the follicle isn't usually destroyed. It's still there.
So there's potential.
There's potential.
Yeah.
That's the window for intervention, really.
Now, something that always seems, well, paradoxical. DHT makes hair grow elsewhere, like beards,
Right.
but makes it fall out on the scalp? How does that work?
That's the famous androgen paradox. It's really interesting.
It is.
It's not the DHT itself, you see.
Yeah.
It's about how the local hair follicle is programmed genetically. Its own intrinsic properties determine the response.
So the follicle on your scalp is just wired differently from the one on your chin?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Which leads to those distinct patterns we see.
Like male pattern hair loss?
MPHL, yeah. Typically that receding hairline, thinning at the vertex, the crown, often forming that M shape.
And for women, FPHL.
It's usually different. More diffuse, thinning across the top, the crown area. But importantly, the frontal hairline is often preserved.
I've heard it described as a Christmas tree pattern.
That's right, because the central part line widens noticeably towards the back.
Okay, so understanding the specificity is key for treatment then.
Absolutely. You can't just, nuke all DHT systemically without potential issues. Targeting is crucial.
So what are the current mainstays? What's FDA approved?
Well, you've got topical minoxidil. That's a non-specific growth stimulant. Comes in solutions, foams.
And increasingly as a low-dose pill, too, I hear.
Yes, low-dose oral minoxidil is gaining traction. Then there's oral Finasteride.
That one reduces DHT production systemically.
Correct. Primarily used in men. But it does have potential side effects.
Sexual side effects.
Yes, and also the connection to post-finasteride syndrome, which is quite controversial and concerning for some, where effects might persist.
Definitely something for you to discuss carefully with a doctor. What about beyond pills and lotions?
Surgery is an option for permanent results. Hair restoration.
Like transplants.
Follicular unit transplantation, FUT, which leaves a linear scar. Or follicular unit extraction, FUE.
FUE leaves tiny dot scars, more suitable for shorter hair.
Exactly. Then there are non-invasive approaches. Low-level laser therapy, LLLT.
Using light to stimulate growth.
Photobiomodulation, yeah. And also platelet-rich plasma, PRP.
That uses your own blood.
Yeah.
Growth factors.
Right. But PRP, well, it's facing a bit of a standardization crisis. Protocols vary a lot, so results can be inconsistent.
Okay. But looking forward, wow, I saw there were over 100 potential therapies being researched.
It's an incredibly active field right now. Things are really moving beyond just blocking androgens.
Oh, so?
We're seeing novel topical androgen receptor antagonists, things like KX8HT's effect right at the follicle locally, minimizing systemic exposure.
That makes sense. More targeted.
But what's perhaps even more exciting are the hair follicle stem cell modulators.
Stem cells. Now that sounds like science fiction.
Well, it's becoming science fact. Compounds like PP405, ETA2, they're in clinical trials and showing really promising results.
What kind of results?
We're talking about the potential for true hair regeneration.
You mean actually growing new hair where there wasn't any or where it had miniaturized away?
Precisely. Not just holding on to what you have, but potentially reversing the process in a more fundamental way.
That's huge. That ties back to the psychosocial impact we started with.
Absolutely. If you can genuinely reverse the hair loss, that could alleviate so much of the anxiety and distress associated with it.
So wrapping this up, it's clear AGA is complex, very common, and has a real personal impact.
Deeply personal. And remember, understanding the condition is step one. But always seek professional medical advice. You need personalized diagnosis and treatment plans.
Definitely. This isn't medical advice, just exploring the science. But
Yeah.
the future seems genuinely transformative, possibly for you.
It does.
So, the final thought for you to consider. With breakthroughs like stem cell modulation on the horizon, could our whole concept of baldness change? Might it shift in the next, say, 10 years from something you manage to something that's actually reversible? Something to think about.